Hi, I'm Norman Riley and I worked as an experienced English volunteer with the English Speaking Union through the Helen Bamber Foundation for 6 months, and it was an incredible experience.
So I am TJ Birdi. I am the Executive Director of the Helen Bamber Foundation.
I wanted to get involved specifically with refugees and asylum seekers because I was just fed up ultimately with the demonisation in the press of people from backgrounds that we can't even begin to comprehend.
When a refugee arrives in this country, there are difficulties on every front. You may not understand the language, you may not understand the environment that you're in, and within that you're supposed to claim asylum very quickly, because if you don't, that will be held against you. On top of that, living with atrocity and survival after atrocity, it's an extremely difficult thing on a day-to-day level. People suffer all sorts of mental health difficulties. Days become filled with memories of past trauma and loss, and the dark hours become filled with nightmares, shame and self-loathing. How do you tell someone about that?
This is the person that I work with had gone through so many things that I can't even begin to imagine. I can read about them and I can sympathise with the plight of somebody going through that, but to hear it firsthand, it's made me more humble as a person, and I think that it's just made me look at life with a lot more in a lot more relaxed manner. Almost the things that maybe I would stress about a couple of years ago, they kind of almost go over my head now, because I think, you know what, this is a lot easier than many people have it.
So for our clients, the English speaking program has been transformative. It's a lovely program, one in which people who are isolated, who may not, who find it difficult to navigate the everyday things that we take for granted, to be able to have somebody who, with compassion, can start to teach you how to navigate some of those things and to be able to speak is transformative. And what we find is that it produces some of the most beautiful relationships in terms of human connection, which is really, in Refugee Week, that's what it's about. It's understanding that human connection and that actually people are just like us.
The client that I had in January, he emailed me. So we saw each other maybe 15 times over the 6 months, and we developed a friendship to the point where I genuinely cared about this person's ongoing asylum application, and he got asylum. He got asylum in January, and the joy that I felt at that was incredible.
I think everything in life is about connection. That's how our brains are wired. It's all about how we connect and how we relate to other things that actually gives meaning to life and purpose. And if you can't have those connections, then you're isolated, you feel at a loss. But when you have a program like the English Speaking Union coming together with the clients that we have, who are extremely vulnerable and extremely marginalised, the connection between people is ultimately where the answer lies. And so that's what it allows. And I think, we have, it's one of the profound parts of our work in terms of what is possible when people can come together from very different backgrounds and are able to connect.